welcome back to a new update of the games I got this month, of course, of April 2013. I got a pretty cool poster. I even got some PlayStation merchandise again, and I got some Japanese games and some PS3 games and whatnot. And yeah, there are definitely more games on its way. You know that a lot of PlayStation 3 games are going to be released, a lot of PlayStation Vita games are going to be released, so I cannot freaking wait to play some of them. Dragon's Crown, finally. And also, for everyone that knows my question of should I buy Dragon's Crown on the PS3 or on the PlayStation Vita, I have decided I will buy them at launch at both the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita, and that will be my first time ever to buy the same game on a different console, so that's pretty cool. But let's start off with the PlayStation merchandise. There was this kind of an eBay called Marketplace here in Holland, and some guy, I don't know who it is, sold an advertisement of the PlayStation. The original PlayStation. Really cool is that it has Sony here and then PlayStation. I've never seen this ever. I mean, freaking ever. And maybe they didn't even use it here in Holland. Maybe it's from America or somewhere else. Or, you know, I was really young when the PlayStation came out, so maybe I never saw it. But I definitely think that it's being used in a shop or whatever. It cost me around 20 euros. A little bit, in my opinion, too much. But because I've never seen this type of ad or merchandise before, maybe it's really rare. The same seller also had a huge flag of the PlayStation 2. Really cool, can you see it? Yes, really cool, really giant ass. And here of course you have to attach the flag. You can hang it up like this or you know, like this. And I have it here on my couch most of the time. So it's pretty cool, and it was actually the same seller that sold it, and that was 15 euros. So this was actually, I thought that 15 euros is a pretty good deal for a flag, for a really good quality flag. This is a little bit overpriced, so that makes a little bit of a balance. I also got a really cool, high quality, from America poster of Diablo 3. I think that I am one of the few hardcore fans of Diablo, and I like Diablo 3. No, it's not as good as Diablo 1 or 2, but it's a really good game. I love Diablo 3, and I cannot wait for an expansion where they're gonna update and stuff. And I cannot wait for patch 1.8. But I am definitely gonna, I'm gonna list it, how do you say it? You know, I'm gonna buy a frame for it. Because I don't want to, you know, just do it like this and then with stickers. Just, I don't know. It looks ugly. So I'm going to buy a frame for it, frame it in, and I think I'm going to hang it up where the PC is. Even though it's going to be also a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 4 game. Now for the games itself, I didn't get that much, but I got some Japanese games at launch. And I think everyone who imports Japanese games know that they cost a lot of money. And some of them get reduced in price over time, but some of them, like this one, only increases in its price. And this is a game I really was looking forward to. I was really jealous when the first game came out for 3DS. It was a 2D beat 'em up called Senran Kagura. And then the second game came out, and I was like, oh damn. And they finally announced a PlayStation Vita game. It's a spin-off, it's different than its 2D beat 'em up. It's a 3D beat 'em up, more like Dynasty Warriors, but it's definitely more tactical than Dynasty Warriors. And that is Senran Kagura, I hope I spelled it correctly, Shinobi Versus. And this is an hentai / ecchi type of game. And if you know this type of games, this genre, is that instead of decreasing, this type of games increase a lot in price, definitely when it's really rare. And this game sold quite well in Japan, but I do think, again, because it's ecchi / hentai, that will increase in price. I know a PlayStation 2 fighting game I really want. I think it's called Melty Blood, or Melty Bloody. It's some kind of fighting game. I was really looking forward to. I'm like, I'm gonna get this game. Oh wait, is £150. That's around 200 euros for a PlayStation 2 game. But because it's ecchi / hentai, it's a little bit of nudity and the price go up insanely for Japanese games. But I definitely am glad that I got this game. It's really cool, a lot of content. I am so liking those type of Dynasty Warriors games that are actually much better than Dynasty Warriors itself. I am actually not that interested in Dynasty Warriors 8. I'm like, whatever. Where a few years back, when a new Dynasty Warriors came out, I would just get it. I know I got Dynasty Warriors 7 Empire, but Empire is then a different type of game compared to this mainstream Dynasty Warriors. There was this holiday called Queen's Day, and I think a lot of you will know that now we have a king, but trust me, I don't give a shit, a monkey ass shit about kings, queens, princesses. This is not the Middle Ages. This is 2013. I don't give a shit about those people. But there are a lot of flea markets, and I got some PSP games because most of the games people were selling were FIFA, Pro Evolution, Call of Duty, and the games I was interested for, of course, I already had them. But I got Sega Genesis Collection, €2, really good deal. Exit, €2, and Little Big Planet, also €2. That's a really cool deal. It's really funny because there was also a guy that thought that I would buy a silver PlayStation 2 for €45. And I'm like, dude, that's way too much for a silver first edition PlayStation 2. But no, he didn't want to reduce the price because he knew about how much the PlayStation was worth it. And I'm like, okay, whatever, if you think you know better than me, okay, really cool, I'm not gonna get it. And I know pretty much 100% he never sold the system. Now, for the PS3, I got finally, Project Hatsune Miku Project Diva F. And 2 days ago, I actually completed the game. Well, I kind of played all the songs. I got, most of them I got a great, some of them I got an excellent. It was a really cool game. I really like the songs. They're really catchy. They're really made for karaoke and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I know there's much more content in this game, but I don't know, this type of games are more like when you're kind of drunk and have friends around and you're just playing these really weird songs. But I really like the game. I just had to get one game. I'm like, should I get the PSP version or the PlayStation Vita versions? Or I'm like, I'm gonna wait for the PS3. I don't know, I just like the boxes of the PS3 more than the Vita. You know, I'm a huge fighting fan, even though I don't play fighting games all the time, definitely not on my PS3, more on my handheld systems. But I just had to get Darkstalkers Vampire Resurrection, the Japanese version, because in the West you can only download the game, and I hate downloading games. I never download games, so I had to get this game, and it was only €40. So it wasn't really that much. I freaking love the box art. Really cool box art. It's still sealed. I'll definitely be up playing it against a friend or whatnot. And yeah, so I finally have it, really cool. And yeah, I've been trying to not buy this game. And not because it's not a good game, but it's because I think a couple of videos ago I explained it, that I have a huge weakness for Japanese RPGs. I just wished that the Japanese RPG genre was as big as it was in the older days of the Nintendo and the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and that's why pretty much I buy all the Japanese games, most of them, when it came out. I even have Final Fantasy 13 through, even though I never played it. And this is Hyper Dimension Neptunia Victory. I freaking love the box art. But I don't know, the first Hyper Dimension, I was like, this game is bad, and I know they improved upon Mark II and now on Victory, but for some reason I don't want to get into them, but I still want to buy them. I still want to support Nippon Ichi. I still want to support Compile Hearts of making Japanese RPGs, definitely here in Europe. So after a couple of weeks after launch, I'm like, okay, I just have to get the game. And now the question is, of course, but what about Atelier Ayeshu? That's a good game. Yes, I really like the Atelier series. And yes, I also got Atelier Ayeshu, but that game is coming here because I buy pretty much everything from England. So it's a couple of days, and hopefully end of this week I'll be getting a bunch of new stuff, of new merchandise, a couple of new games, even a collector's edition. So that's really cool. I hope you enjoyed this Games I Got episode of April of 2013. Leave in the comments below what type of games did you get next month. Did you get Senran Kagura? Did you get this game? If not, definitely check it out. Sounds fair. That's a really cool game. And like always, I will see you next time.